All right, so on.
Hello everyone, it's me again, the Southern African World Bicycle Rider. Today I'm at Sahara Kings Mead, one of the traditional South African Test cricket grounds, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, Durban the city, and the home of the Sunfoil Dolphins, my home team. I grew up here in Durban and my local team. And with me, I've got the privilege and honor of being able to chat to the current captain of the Dolphins, Morne Van Wyk. Morne, thanks so much for your time, mate.
Sure.
Really appreciate it. Most grateful. Guys, wonderful having Morne here. I left a year and a half ago to travel the final leg of the Around the World Bicycle Journey, Morne. And whilst it's been a year and a half, since I've come back, my home side, the Dolphins, have claimed their first silverware in over a decade. And also, they've qualified for the prestigious International Club Championship, the Champions League of Cricket. Wonderful. And Morne, I'd just like to ask you, mate, I know you Calcutta Night Riders, Proteas, Free State. Where would you say that the current success with the Dolphins ranks in your career?
No, I think it's right up there. I've been privileged enough to be a part of a lot of very good teams, special teams that's been successful and won some trophies. And all of them has been very special. You know, every trophy you win is a story on its own. And this trophy with the Dolphins has been no different. It's been a wonderful journey in the sense that it's my first year with the team, and obviously a team that's been desperate and crying out for success. And get a great bunch of guys like this together and we played some fantastic cricket. It was a great thrill, and it's always nice to win from a position where nobody gives you a chance, and in a sense I suppose it's also the easiest because the next one will probably be a little bit harder. Guys have their eyes on us now, but I'm hoping that once this group of guys have tasted success, it'll just egg everybody on to try even harder and try and be better next season.
Wonderful. That answers one of the questions I had for you down the line. But getting back to one I always like to ask, I know you grew up in the Free State, and what I'd like you to ask you is if you could just give us one of your earliest memories of the game cricket. It's your bread and butter.
Sure, yeah, well I was one of those kids, if I was a dog I'd probably be a fox terrier, although I'd like to be a different one, but I was always busy with the ball, chasing balls, loving all sorts of sports.
Absolutely.
Obviously exposed to it by my parents, and I suppose my earliest cricket memory is, I know my dad gave me a cricket bat, but at that stage, 20 odd years ago, 25 or 30 years ago, there were no sort of kid-sized cricket bats. So what he did was he took a full-on men's-sized cricket bat and just sawed it in half, and that was my first cricket bat. And a lot of memories. Obviously, we put a lot of time in my cricket. My dad I grew up on a school ground. He was a hostel master at a school, so we had access to the facilities. And he'd take me down most Friday afternoons after school before weekend and just throw me balls for hours. It was just blocking it, but I was loving it.
What an awesome memory. Morne's first bat, a sawed-off full-size cricket bat as a young lad. What a classic memory. Yeah. Awesome, mate, awesome. Morne, I've had a look, a very unique profile, a right-hand batsman, a left-hand arm slow bowler, and a wicket keeper. I'm yet to come up with one of those in my journey, but what I wanted to ask you is, just off the top of your head, who would you consider the greatest player of all time that's had an influence on you?
I suppose from an inspiring point of view, I'd have to say Adam Gilchrist. Just a phenomenal player, really set the tone in terms of a new era of cricket, expressing yourself, opening the batter, white ball, being quite expressive and explosive with the way that he bats.
Yes.
And obviously a phenomenal wicketkeeper, probably the best at that stage in the world. And I had the privilege of just of meeting him, chatting with him, and having his book autographed. And top bloke on top of that as well. So that combination is quite rare, phenomenal, down to earth, real family guy.
Yes.
So definitely somebody I enjoyed watching
and meeting.
Yes, meeting and thinking. Looking at him, because I've made a lot of technical changes to my game, especially the last 5 years, and it was he was one of the guys that I said, well, if I want to play him, I've got to look at him and see what he does. And I did pick up one or two things. Not that I'd ever be as good as he was, but there's a couple of things that I did pick up that helped me out massively in my game.
Very great. Adam Gilchrist, we all know him, an Australian man. A great cricketing nation, Australia, let's face it, no one can doubt that. And seeing that we've headed on to that topic, I've just actually cycled through Australia.
Sure.
Started up in Brisbane, and one basic route for my ride was to cycle between the Test cricket grounds.
Okay. All right.
And what I came across there, Morne, is a lot of their grounds, unlike here where I'm from, South Africa, our Test cricket grounds are solely used for cricket. And over there it's not like that.
Yeah.
AFL takes preference.
Yes.
And what I learnt along the way was they have drop-in pitches. They have the pitch that drops in. And I'd just like to ask you, what is your experience with drop-in pitches, and what are your thoughts on a drop-in pitch?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of touring Australia as well with the South African A team.
Okay.
We went about everywhere. We were in Brisbane, Melbourne, Hobart, Perth, Adelaide. Only really missed out on Sydney.
Yes.
And we didn't really come across too many drop-in pitches because we played at most of the main grounds.
Yes.
Adelaide Oval.
Yes.
Played at the Gabba, Adelaide Water Oval. We played at the Wacker. It was a wonderful experience. My only experience with the drop-in pitch was actually, funny enough, in South Africa when we played at the Moses Mabhida here in Durban.
Yes.
The T20 against
Yes.
India.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we played on the drop-in pitch. And,
Okay.
I played quite well on the wicket.
Yes.
I think it was a little bit of a judgment. But
Yeah.
I think it was actually one of my highlights in the sense that I think I made the quickest T20 50.
Oh, wonderful, mate. We've just got a bit of background noise. Looks like we're ending our interview. But I want to definitely say that the fastest T20 50 in international cricket at the drop-in pitch at the Moses Mabhida for Morne Van Wyk. Morne, thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate that. And it was wonderful to meet you, and very grateful for you signing that South African shirt for me.
Okay.
Great pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much, Morne.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
You don't want to just edit that and do this last question again?
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
because that's really
Have you stopped it?
No, I've
Yeah,
stopped
stop
it now.